Okay, we are live. It is 8:04. So let's see if anyone's watching, say hi, comment, whatever. So we know you're watching. Not sure if we'll get anyone to watch, because it's Sunday night, but I figured Sunday night was a good night to do this. So hopefully people gonna watch. If not, whatever. Me and Coop will just discuss the book.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. That is what it is. We figured doing a Facebook page would be the easiest thing for us to do to discuss the books, because there are different people who live in different places. So we obviously can't travel and meet all in person.
Right.
So yeah.
Well, let us know. We still have a monthly discussion link on our website. So if you guys want us to post the questions on there, we can. The questions that we get are from the back of the books. All the books that we do for our book club, we choose ones that already have questions in them. So if you guys need a guideline on where the questions or topics are going to come from, it's in the back of the book. But let us know. If you guys want us to post it on the website as well, we can do that as well. We can post videos on there, or put the questions under the monthly discussion, and you guys can log in and answer those.
I'm pretty sure we can save this video and put it on our website also.
Yeah.
We are new at this. We have no idea when it comes to doing websites and doing a business. So we're new at this. So yeah, just, stay with us, be patient. We're kind of learning as we go and making decisions as we go. But I asked some book club members if they thought a Facebook page would be sufficient, because I didn't really want to do a Facebook page, because I really wanted to focus on our website and our blog on our website and also our Instagram. But I think doing Facebook Live and having people to actually comment, we can see everyone's comments. We can all discuss the book, in kind of one place is probably the best way we can do. So I'm still learning how to do the Facebook business pages. It's a little different than having your own Facebook profile. They want you to do all kinds of things, and they want you to promote your website and all the time, but I'm not trying to spend $10 to promote the website, so whatever. Also, I have 4 cats, so if you are watching the video and you hear something, or if a cat butt just walks across the video, then yeah, so it's a cat. So, I'm just gonna go, let's wait another few minutes and see if anyone will tune in and discuss 800 Grapes with us. We're gonna have some wine, but
that sounds like a lot of work.
yeah, we don't really have.
And we already got Starbucks, so.
True, so. As you can tell, we didn't really dress up for this. No, very lazy.
Yeah, we haven't done anything all day. I watched TV. She studied.
I have a big test this week, so I've been studying really hard. So we'll see how
So
that
that's
goes.
our lives. We normally hang out with the cats.
Mm.
We cook on Sundays, but we have Monday off, so we are going to cook tomorrow.
Yeah.
So,
This is, we have a lot of ideas and things we want to do. We're just talking about a YouTube thing, but I don't know. I want to have an interactive discussion. I want to be able to be talking and discussing while y'all are commenting at the same time. And I think Facebook Live is the best way for us to do that. I know Instagram has a live thing, but I'm not really sure how to do that. I've never went Instagram Live before, so I'm not really sure if people can comment on it or whatever.
I'm not sure. I haven't
Yeah,
gone
I don't know.
on it. I believe they can, though. They can go. Well, they can like it, or...
Well, we're gonna promote every time we go live, so that, if y'all really want to stay tuned, and that's just our cats fighting, don't worry about that. So if you want to, actually watch the videos and stay tuned on what we're doing and what we're discussing, then we'll let y'all know so y'all can plan to check in and log into Facebook. So, let's see what's going on our. I know I posted a Instagram post a few days ago about it, and a few Facebook posts and a few Instagram stories about it. So, but you know, people are busy. Oh,
he would be the one.
I know.
He probably didn't even look at the book.
Kevin Berger, my boyfriend, I'm not replying to you because I know you're just tuning in to probably make fun of me later on. So, ignoring you. That comment doesn't count.
Oh.
So, there's Jon Snow and Jon Snow's butt. Get out of here. So, yeah. Hell yes.
I freaking knew. I knew he was gonna comment.
We're just talking about that. I knew you're gonna comment. What are your thoughts? We didn't read that novel, so
I could not with it.
I know, I really can't. I'm done with you. Don't.
I need him to go somewhere.
Go somewhere. Well, yeah. Well, I didn't even know that we can see. Look, there's one person.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, I know. So, like, one person's watching. So now we need a few others. But I guess we're just going to jump into it because we are losing sunlight. Our lights. And, I mean, if y'all aren't here to help discuss, if y'all are too busy, we understand. I mean, people have lives. We get it. I mean, this is supposed to be like a month-to-month thing. We should have done this a long time ago. But we've been on leave and traveling and moving. So, yeah. I see the view. Okay, anyways. I'm breaking up with you.
Wow, the female. Pretty sure you know my name. Rude.
Yeah. So, so we understand if people are busy, we get that. So, but we're gonna leave this video. Oh, we have 2 people watching now. Yay. So, we are gonna...
I bet she probably called someone.
Probably. So, we are going to just jump in. Yeah, we'll have keep this video up going. So, if people, want to watch it and see what our thoughts are on it and whatnot. So, oh no. Oh, God. Yeah. Okay, so like we said, the questions we get from the book are actually from the back of the book, obviously, because we definitely don't have time to write our own questions. So, and ask our own things. So, yeah, that's not gonna happen. No. So, we're definitely gonna try to stick to books where they do have questions in the back of them. So, also, if you have any, suggestions whatsoever on the website or how we conduct things, anything, let us know. Or books you want to read, just let us know what y'all want to do. It's definitely for y'all also. So, the first book that we read for the month of May was 800 Grapes by Laura Dave. So, it was a pretty interesting book. Honestly, I really liked it.
We're trying to go for a book that everybody would want to read.
Mm-hmm.
We're also looking for books on the website. We put an adventure out there, so we're trying to find books where we can do adventures with it, or at least some form of activity with it, just to make it fun.
Yeah, definitely.
We're getting to the summer months, so there'll be some books with obviously summer activities in it.
Yeah,
but
sure. So we are going to get to the first question. We actually had to read through them. It's been a while since we read the book. So, April.
yeah,
So, kind of go through the book and, figure out what we're doing. So, question 1 is discuss the myth of the yellow Volkswagen bug and the Ford family's belief in synchronization as opposed to fate. How does this theory evolve over the course of the novel? So, synchronization. How does this theory evolve over the course of the novel? I don't know. I mean, I get the synchronization part of the novel, and I mean, I get it just from, especially the mom's musical background and stuff like that, and, how the father conducts, doing the vineyard and everything. But I'm definitely a fate kind of person.
I am too. I think there has to be some kind of fate.
Yeah.
Because everything kind of happens for a reason, even if it was in sync at some point in time.
Yeah.
Fate, to me, if in the beginning we learned that obviously the father was on his way out and saw 2 yellow Volkswagens.
Yeah.
And he happened to get into the one where we meet the mother. So I definitely think it was fate that both of them were there.
Yeah.
Or some kind of relevance that they both happened to be there, I guess, at the same point in time. Whether you call it fate that he got in there.
I know, I think it's
But
like kind of
fate
the same
that they were
thing.
both there.
I don't know. I think it's
know.
I don't know. I think it's like the same thing. I
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, even throughout the novel, obviously, her discovering Ben's secret came at, a perfect time when not only her life was falling apart, but so was her whole entire family that she didn't even know about. So I think, I guess I could see how her event synchronized with everyone else's events going on, which led to,
I think a big picture kind of thing going on. I think she, in the beginning, was only thinking about her life and what was going on within her life, but wasn't thinking of everyone else's life.
Heather, go away. Heather has chicken legs.
Yeah, she don't mind her legs.
Don't mind her legs. But, okay, so question 2 is, do you think Georgia feels she has an agency in the beginning of the story, the end? Is she right? So we looked up what it kind of meant there by agency, and Heather, I love you with all my heart, but get out. Jesus. Okay. So on the first chapter, I believe, for part 1, first chapter, it says on page 4. It's saying synchronization is all about agency. It involves all systems running in a state where different parts of the system are almost, if not precisely, ready. Which I kind of think that goes back to what we just said about her family and how something happened in her life, and also something happened in her family's lives, and it all just kind of came together to basically the topic of the novel.
To make kind of like a full circle, I guess you could say. Because
Yeah.
it was started with her problem, and then she went home looking for just a generic solution to her problem. But there was all kinds of different problems going on, which made her kind of go through the wheel of trying to figure out how to work through it. Because she thought it was only her life that was obviously having some kind of thing going on, but... This is why we're not friends.
I know, right? So, do you think Georgia feels she has an agency in the beginning of the story, the end? Is she right? I think she thought that she had an agency, like with basically
her family.
Just her, leaving the vineyard and going to law school and becoming a lawyer and meeting Ben and getting married and going to London. I think that's what she thought that she was meant to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I think she thought she had an agency, but her agency obviously changed throughout the course of the novel.
Yeah, I think by the end of it, I think you kind of see how she didn't really, I won't say appreciate the vineyard, but she didn't think about it until the end to see if it was her track. And even then, she's still kind of questioning it because she doesn't know what's going to happen or how it's going to go or where it's going to take her. So I think she's trying to just start a new one.
Yeah,
really,
for sure.
and find out where it's going to take her.
So, number 3. You read that. Yeah, I've read 2 questions. You read it.
Okay. Georgia has made a lot of life choices to avoid repeating an upbringing that involved unpredictability. How does your life resist or yield to your own childhood? Discuss how that relates to the definition of concerto and its varying degree of cooperation and opposition. That's a long question.
I know. Resist to yield of your own childhood. I don't know. I guess I could relate to never wanting to go back to where you grew up.
Yeah.
I would never want to go there ever again.
I think also like that, and then seeing what my family goes through, I guess it makes me want to be better than that. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, I understand that part of her.
I mean, obviously, there's a lot going on back home, but I would definitely say being from like a small town.
Sorry, my boyfriend keeps texting me, making fun of us, and it keeps popping up on my iPad.
Oh.
So, will you stop? Yeah.
I definitely will say, though, being from a small town, or, I mean, you're not from a big town either in Texas, though, so, I mean...
No,
it's not
I mean,
huge.
I like visiting.
But there's definitely, like, a lot of drama, or issues at school, or whatever you might be, so it definitely doesn't want me to go back. It doesn't make me want to go back there. It wants me to better myself, and go down a different path.
The definition of conservative means. I definitely think there was things that happened throughout my life that made me, be where I am. I don't know if you call it fate or synchronization, whatever you want to call it, whatever. So, number 4, as twins, Finn and Bobby are often at odds with each other. In what ways do you think they are alike? Why do you think it's so difficult for them to connect? I think it's difficult for them to connect because I think they both have qualities that they're jealous of each other having.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they both want to be like each other.
I think that's it, yeah. I think, too, you kind of see... You see how they're similar because they're always thinking about one another. Mm-hmm. But the way that their lives are different, and one thinks that the one wants to be exactly like him because of what's going on. The other one, he's trying not to think like that. I mean, also, just the issue between the wife.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that's like another thing that kind of throws a wrench, I guess you could say, into the whole thing. Kind of makes it difficult having that kind of thing on their mind and not saying anything until it comes out on the end. Yeah. But they're alike too, because they're both stubborn.
Yeah, they're both stubborn for sure.
Yeah.
Your chicken legs in the video.
No one wants to see them.
Number 5. The one common denominator for the Ford siblings is love of their mother's lasagna. Do you have a similar tradition in your family? What brings you together no matter what? I don't know. I would say like our family tradition would be, I don't know, Gettysburg. Like my family loves Gettysburg and visiting Gettysburg, so I think that would be definitely something that would bring us together.
I don't really have anything. My family's kind of spread apart. So, I don't think we have any tradition. The only tradition we used to have was Christmas parties, but we don't really do them anymore.
Yeah, I mean, after you grow older and people grow older, traditions kind of...
I mean, everybody's kind of has their own life and their own track. It's not like everybody goes home at the same point in time anymore, so... Number 6.
Yeah, go ahead.
Discuss the role of the contract that Georgia asked her brothers to sign. Why is she so afraid of the vineyard? Can you relate? So we learned, obviously, there is a contract that they all signed that said that none of them would take ownership of the vineyard. That's what they wanted to do. I don't think it was so much that she was afraid. I just think they were hesitant because they didn't know if that was what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
They were questioning whether that was what they wanted to do or not because they saw how hard their dad worked on them.
Well, I mean, whenever you're like a teenager and you're growing up, obviously the one thing you don't want to do is be like your parents. Like, you don't want their life. Everyone's like, have felt that sort of rebellion growing up. Like, I will never do this. I'll never be just like them, or kind of rebel against them, basically. So
yeah, I think too. Like growing up, you always are like, well, I don't get why they did this, or I don't get why they did that, and then. Obviously, when you grow up, you look back and try to think on it, why they were doing those things. Or kind of wait until you're older to kind of look back on why they were doing certain things.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Number 7. How does forgiveness play into the story? Could you forgive Ben for hiding Maddie? Could you forgive Finn for kissing Margaret? Well, forgiveness is a big thing, and I think everybody continues to work on it. I mean, I do. But... I don't think I could forgive somebody for withholding their child.
I don't know. I think I could understand where Ben came from, but obviously Ben had. I mean, I don't know. if Georgia actually really, really wanted to marry Ben and really, really, really wanted to be with him, I think she definitely would have forgave him.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was the perfect opportunity for her to get the heck out of Dodge.
Yeah.
You know? So I think, like, deep down, like, her saying, oh, I can't forgive him, was really, like, a mask of her just not wanting to marry him.
I think it was that too, but when you look at the interaction between him and his daughter and then his daughter's mother, there's obviously some connection still forged there. I think that would be the part where I would be, it would make me be really hesitant if that's how they acted with one another, because you marry him and then later on down the road he's like, no, I actually wanted to be married to her, you know, because they have a kid. Having a kid with somebody makes a bond that can sometimes be hard. Now, if it's like a mutual thing, you know, where one goes one way, one goes the other way, but the kid obviously sees both parents, then that's a little different. But I think in that case, they already had such a deep connection with one another, it's kind of hard. I don't know. I mean, everything's different. There's different circumstances. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Different things going on. But, and then what was the other part? Oh, forgiving Finn for kissing Margaret.
I mean, obviously,
I think that was like a spur, like, in the moment kind of thing.
I definitely think that.
But
everyone would. People forgive family for all kinds of stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that, I don't know. I guess I would.
I mean, it would definitely be hard, because, like, it's your brother.
Yeah, like, I know they're having problems, but
Yeah.
definitely didn't give her the right to go off and kiss his brother, for sure. It definitely was wrong on her part.
No, for sure.
So, yeah, definitely.
I don't think it should have happened, but I think it was one of those spur-of-the-moment things that probably could have been handled a lot differently if they were at least honest about it when it first happened than waiting for it to come out.
Yeah, if
I think
honest,
that
it definitely would have been way better.
Or maybe if they, like, the problems that were going off, they were already self-identified and they already knew about them, maybe, but
yeah,
I think the way that it kind of came about.
Oh gosh. I think that it was one of those events, though, that kind of had to happen, and I think a lot of good came out of it, even though it was kind of like a shitty thing, but, you know.
Yeah. Okay, next question. Georgia insists on doing everything in her power to stop her loved ones from doing something they'll regret. Discuss her mother's response. But which way is regret? What do you think she means here?
I think she means, like, basically, like, well, which way am I going to regret? Like, which path am I going to regret?
Am I going to regret not doing it or regret doing it? I think.
Yeah.
Because it's a two-way street with regret. Are you going to regret not doing it and then look back later on in life and be like, well, I wish I would have?
Yeah.
Or is it one of those things where it's like, you know, well, I did, and this is what
That's just
the
hard
result
in
of it
general.
was. Yeah.
It's a hard topic.
I think it was hard, too, because her parents had been together for a while, especially with what was going on with her mom and her dad. I think with them, it was hard for her to realize what was happening or why it was happening, even though her mom continues to try to explain it. But I think at first she was having a hard time of understanding why, because she just wanted her parents to still be together.
Yeah.
You know, she didn't understand why they were kind of still together, but her mom was obviously with the other guy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Number 9. Why is Jacob unexpectedly appealing to Georgia? Discuss the similarities, both in personalities and life paths. I don't really think that... Okay, I think Jacob is just kind of like, I don't know, like a random dude, just to, like, get her mind off of, I don't know, Ben. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like the whole, like, they just basic, I mean, I don't know. I guess I get the lust thing. They're definitely, like, a lust after each other, but I definitely don't think it's, like, something...
I think it would, I don't know. I mean, I think if the storyline would have played out a little different in the book, it wouldn't have made it seem like that, because I feel like it was rushed.
Yeah.
Because it went into how she, like, was talking to him about her dad's company, and then it was, like, rushed that they kind of, like, got into a relationship with one another. Do I think they're compatible with one another? Yeah, they probably are, because they are in the same thing. They learn a lot about each other.
Same business kind of
you know
thing,
what I'm saying? Like, the way that their lives were kind of going, kind of were on the same path of, like, problems and what was going on and different things. But I just think in the book, for when it came in, it was kind of rushed, and it was at the end. So you don't really know whatever happened from it. I mean, you can assume what would have happened. But.
Yeah. Number 10. Georgia's father has many rules of winemaking. Like, if you do your job, you make good soil. He also has a theory that what's equally as important as the wine you presented in your vintage was the wine you left out of the vintage. In winemaking, this was known as declassification. How do these rules apply to decision making on a larger scale? Do you think Georgia abides by them? That's a hard question.
Yeah.
How do these rules apply to decision making on a larger scale? Well, I guess like what he means about the wine is that the wine that he decides not to, put out is just as important as the one he did because he spent so much time still creating that wine or getting those grapes ready.
Yeah.
So it still is important, but just didn't really make the cut. Then that happens a lot in life. I mean, sometimes we kind of have to make a decision between two important things, and it's not the other one. It wasn't important, but we kind of weigh out the odds and take a different path.
Yeah, I think too, because winemaking takes time to make. If you rush it, now some wines they do rush the process of making it with certain additives, which we learned when we went to our little winery. But I definitely think kind of like that, if you were to rush making the wine, it could turn out bad. Or, there could be other problems with it, kind of like life decisions on a larger scale. Yeah. You have to think about your decision, because if it's like a quick temporary thing, that temporary fix could cause long-term problems for you, I guess.
Yeah.
Or maybe if you decided to do something spur of the moment, which is good to do sometimes. But looking back on it down life, you could be like, well, what about that time that I decided to do this and not this? Maybe on a larger scale of it. Okay, number 11. Who are Georgia's have-to-haves at the end of the novel? Who are the have-to-haves in your life?
Well, obviously, the vineyard and her family home and her brothers, was definitely her have-to-haves, her family.
Yeah. I think... she was finally, to me, at the end of it, she was kind of on the track of finding herself.
Yeah.
Or what path she should have been in, or what was going on with her parents or her family. I think finally at the end, she came to the realization of everything that was happening and how to improve it or make it better.
Yeah.
So, I know for me, in my life, obviously I depend on family, but I know without my other half and you, I probably would literally be on the side of the road. But, I definitely, kind of like us, we met not even that long ago when I first got here. Probably we started talking out of the spur of the moment, and now we're best friends, 2 matching tattoos into it, so.
Yeah, if we ever broke up, it'd be a little messy.
Yeah.
I don't know pictures ripped up and burning in a fire in the yard, and
we would get X's through our tattoos. It would be bad.
Yeah.
So I think it kind of circles back though to that fate piece.
Yeah.
In a way.
I think my have-to-haves definitely be my friends and family, obviously. Definitely. I do love my boyfriend.
He's not on that list.
Even though he's a little...
He's crossed off of it right now.
Jerk right now. He's funny. That's okay. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
My cats. Probably be my haves to haves. I love them so
Except
much.
for Heather and her chicken legs. But
Yeah, even Heather's chicken legs. So, number 12. Ben takes full responsibility for lying, but Finn points out that Georgia wasn't necessarily tuned into her fiancé. Discuss whether there are 2 sides to every conflict, even when something seems black and white. Well, yeah, there's definitely 2 sides to every story.
Mm-hmm.
Ben had a reason to do what he did. Even though it wasn't the right decision, obviously, to Georgia, but he had he had a reason for hiding Maddie,
I think he was waiting for the right time.
Yeah, it just never was the right time.
Yeah, and they were planning their wedding. It kind of came up at a weird time. So there really wasn't that time to really tell her what was going on. Should he have taken the time? Yeah.
Yeah.
He probably should have told her way before, but on the back scale was maybe him not telling her, showing her things she didn't see before, because she was just trying to be on that track.
Yeah.
You know, to find her place or find what she was supposed to do. Maybe in a reverse way, him not telling her, you know, kind of showed her things in a different light, I guess you could say.
And also, I mean, her not being in tune with a fiance, obviously she's not going to know that. But of course, when you're in love, you're blinded by, you know, things. So
you think you're making the right decision, but maybe it's really not the right one. Maybe this was that time where she was in love, she wanted to get married, knew that she wanted to get married, that's what she wanted to do. But then towards the end, after everything happens, you see her kind of rethinking everything or going through everything and kind of trying to process it and see if that's really what she wanted, because she was gonna still marry Ben. And then at the end, after thinking things through again, she was like, no, I have to let you go. Even if she did love him. It was just what was right for him.
Yeah, I think that she definitely had to do something that they both didn't want to do, but it definitely had to be done, because I mean, it's obviously hard to let someone go that you planned your whole future with.
Yeah.
So it's definitely hard.
Okay, last question. Do you think that Georgia will be happy running the vineyard and being with Jacob? Why or why not? What's the biggest lesson she has learned? I mean, I definitely think she's going to be happy about running the vineyard. It's going to take time because she doesn't know much about it.
Yeah.
But I think with
10
Jacob,
years.
and her, it will be, I mean, I guess like a building block in the relationship. Something that would be a mutual, you know, interest.
I think, like, one of the main things of the novel, especially, like, when we're all, like, because we're all, like, everyone grows up, gets older, I mean, and one of the biggest misconceptions is that you have to grow up to a certain age, and at that certain age, you're supposed to know exactly who you are, and what you're supposed to do with your life, and that's it. But really, in reality, constantly you're evolving into a different person and figuring out, like, new things about yourself. I mean, you are constantly evolving into a new person all the time. You know?
And you might find something you don't like about yourself, so you're obviously going to take that out and try to rebuild it.
Yeah.
But
I mean, at any age, your life can just fall apart.
And you have to build yourself back up.
And it's just...
I think that's what happened with her. She thought that she could go home and get those answers.
Yeah.
But in reality, all the other stuff that was going on, it made her rethink her plans or what she was going to do or... You know, even when they were talking about how what Ben did wasn't that bad, which it wasn't that bad, but they were telling her, you know, you got to kind of figure this out. Do you want to marry him or not? Like, what do you want to do? Because it was still on track to get married. And I think for her, she had to just take a minute and self-realize everything else that was going on. And when she saw everything else going on, you know, she kind of figured everything out and kind of really took the time.
I definitely think she'll be happy, but I mean, who's to say there won't be another thing like this that happens in her life that makes her rethink everything else she's doing. I mean, just because it's the end of this story doesn't mean it's the end of her story. You know, there's going to be obviously different things that goes on in her life that she's going to have to rethink how she's doing things, how she's living, and change her life in a different way. I mean, just like all of us, we all do that.
I think I would like to think she'd be happy with Jacob, but again, it's a new relationship.
Yeah.
You never know how it could go, but maybe from her last one, it'll teach them to be completely honest with one another.
Yeah.
Because in any relationship, honesty is a big key, and I think that's kind of what held her back was, if you're not honest with me, you know, how do I know, even though you say you will be from here on out? Yeah. How do we really know?
Well, I think most of it was also because I think she saw how in love his, you know, daughter's mom was still in love with him. So I think it just had to she had to give him a chance to be happy, even if it might not have been the right choice. But, you know, she had to give him that chance, and she had to take the chance on the vineyard to see if it'll make her happy, and it might or might not. But everyone, who knows? But so that is the end of our book discussion for 800 Grapes. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty disappointed that we didn't get anyone, on here to actually discuss with us. We really want to discuss with y'all and have everyone's point of views and whatnot. But
let us know if there's another day that you guys want us to do it that works better for people, or whether it be more planning on our part, but I mean, we put it out there.
Yeah,
pretty early.
I mean, I understand people have, people have lives, things come up and stuff like that, but
we'll post them. We'll post them on the website as well, and we'll post this video. Obviously, comment on there if you have anything, or even on Instagram. Let us know. We have a bunch of accounts running, so
yeah.
And if we have YouTube too, I mean, you can tune into that too. But
we're all new to this. I mean, basically, one of the biggest. It's a book club, so we want to definitely discuss the books that we pick out. And of course, we're new to even running websites and doing all of this. So I mean, if there's any suggestions that you think would maybe bring more people in or keep y'all more interested, let us know. But I mean, we basically started this up because we both love to read, and we know other people out there that love to read too, and we love discussing books and everything. But one of the biggest things about the book club is that we're a charity book club, So we had 7 people buy 800 grapes for May, and we have 7 books that we're going to send out to different charities each month. So I mean, it's not just about reading and discussing the books. It's also about sending books off to kids who don't have access to brand new books to read all the time. And reading is so important, so important. So it's basically it's a hobby. It's a hobby definitely, but it's also more than that. So I definitely. I mean, we're gonna buy our 7 books this week, so we'll take let y'all know about that and send pictures on that too, and let you know what charity we're gonna send it to. We also have our website. We're gonna post this video on our website, and we also have a donate button on our website too if you want to help us buy books, because we're buying the books out of our pocket, out of our own paycheck. So if you want to help out, that'd be greatly appreciated. We would really love that also. So I really hope next book we will have a better discussion. Except my boyfriend, the one person commenting, making fun of us. So yeah. So we're gonna post this video on our website. Hope you all have a great weekend, a great week. We'll probably post some more stuff coming up.
Yeah.
I know we have our new book this month, The Memory of Lemon.
And I'm already reading it. She's going to wait until after she's done testing this week to start reading it. But it's turning out to be a pretty good one.
Yeah, I'm excited. So we're also going to announce our adventure or challenge of the month for this book, which I'm pretty sure y'all could probably maybe guess it. But we're going to have more to come on that. So, yeah, we miss you guys. I wish y'all were here to help discuss. I really wanted to know other people's opinions about the book, but we know people have lives. But I'm a little disappointed. I wish it would have gone better. But it's okay, I guess.
It's okay. We have next month.
In
the month after
win
that.
some, we lose some. This is a lose, but it's okay.
It's okay. That's our first time.
But yeah. So okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.